Greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111, and thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into your tarot journey. Today, we're not using tarot cards or oracle cards. I am just intuiting, using my candle, the fire, the flame, also just my intuitiveness to get right down what Spirit is giving me, and from that, you get your reading. And so we're just going to get into it, okay? I've already pretty much gotten a download, and so here's some of the things that are coming up for you, Scorpio. Take it how it resonates, okay? So we have hopelessly devoted. And it reminds me of the movie Grease when Olivia Newton-John's character Sandy is singing Hopelessly Devoted. Hopelessly devoted to, right? That's you, Scorpio. You are hopelessly devoted to people. When you say you're going to do a thing, you like to show up. You don't really like to cancel or back out on things, even to sometimes your own demise, your own exhaustion, your own, depletion of your resources. You know what I mean? So that's something that, is pretty much on the radar. So be careful with that, and just remember to take time for yourself, to eat when hungry, sleep when tired, and that it is okay to change your mind. Also, there's patience. So maybe you have been displaying patience. You're waiting on something, waiting for something particularly to transpire. This is possibly for, opportunities or blessings. You've just been patiently waiting your turn. Okay, waiting for change. All right. But this also came up for you as write or writing. So maybe this is a time for you to get back to journaling, get back to writing, if that's something that you do or something that you enjoy. But also just a way to kind of help you remember certain things too, so that you don't overwhelm yourself. Start writing down in your calendar things that you have planned, commitments that you have, so that you don't tend to overbook yourself or overly exhaust yourself, okay? Because remember, you are hopelessly devoted, all right? This is a time right now, Scorpio, where you have very low tolerance. So maybe there's patience comes up because maybe you're kind of short-witted, you know what I mean? Like maybe you don't have much patience left. You've been patient, you know what I mean? So now your tolerance level is because you're the type of person who is hopelessly devoted. Doesn't mean that everyone is, and so you typically don't take very kindly or lightly the fact that people don't show up for you when they say they are. You know what I mean? So you have a very low tolerance right now for just a lot of foolishness and buffoonery. Freedom comes up for you. Some of you, I think, are just really looking for some type of, for sure, freedom of your time, a freedom of your thoughts, a freedom of how you're able to move through life, freedom. Some of you may be from a specific relationship, or, but really what I get from this is more or less freedom in the way that you're allowed to move. I think a lot of people are at a space and time now where you really don't want to work 70 hours a week anymore. You don't want to have to work time and overtime and stretch yourself, and you don't want to have multiple jobs and just to uphold a certain quality of life. You want to actually be able to enjoy life as it is without having to overwork yourself or miss all of the great things because you're always trying to figure out how to deal with the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So being patient with yourself comes up with this patience thing. Okay, also, but recognizing that there are blessings underway, recognizing that yeah, that it's almost like I see where freedom can come from you not waiting, you not being patiently waiting anymore, like for a door of opportunity to come up for you, because opportunity comes up too. A door of opportunity to come up for you, but for you to create your own damn door. You know what I mean? So I think many of you are actually contemplating that, being creative enough to create your own door, which gives you a sense of freedom, freedom from working for others, freedom to work for yourself, freedom towards entrepreneurship, freedom towards with your time, you know, just things of that nature. And so gifts and gifted, I think, you know, Scorpio, you're very gifted, you're really talented, you have many gifts. I don't think you're just, you know, drawn to one. Beneath that is talents that came up as well. So this is also about utilizing, you know, talents and gifts that you just have not used yet, or you just haven't been able to give time to yet, or explore yet, or something, you know. Notoriety comes up. So for some of you, maybe your talents and tapping into those things that you love, those gifts, special gifts, is going to bring you notoriety. Okay. Pleasantries, you know. So what I see is, by you gaining notoriety, getting this acknowledgement for something, gifts, talents, and the like, there will be lots of pleasantries, okay? Things will be pleasant. You'll also have to deal with the pleasantries, you know, of life, making these connections and communications, even though you may not be a person who's in the mindset or wanting to just be, you know, smiling in people's faces and shaking hands and things like that. But those are some of the necessary things that come up for you, because you're getting pushed to the forefront, I feel. That's what's coming up. And the physical body, I think someone is definitely dealing with some physical issues, physical ailment, or physical recovery of some part of the body. Yeah, because this is about, you know, this is about confinement, being in a bit in hermit mood. So I think this downtime for you is really about your own recovery, you know, your own kind of getting back to yourself through whatever physical thing is going on with you. Beauty comes up. Beautiful, Scorpio. You're obviously a beautiful person, a beautiful soul. This is, again, favor. So for some reason, I don't know why notoriety just still kind of stands out to me with favor. There is favor upon you. I think this has to do with your showcase of your gifts or your talents that are unused, but that need to be brought to the forefront. Maybe something will be written about you, which is why right comes into here. Yeah, so this is opportunities, doors. I'm assuming that means doors obviously opening, because this is about deposits, some type of a deposit, maybe unexpectedly. This is a game changer energy coming up. And game changer, like ideas. feel like, Scorpio, breaking point comes up for you because you are at a breaking point. Remember we talked about patience earlier, and you're just kind of like, I just don't really have the patience to deal with people who aren't showing up for me the way that I've shown up for them, because again, you are the hopeless romantic, you are the hopelessly devoted, and everyone doesn't show up for you like that. So again, this is you having low tolerance with that, low patience for that, for the nonsense. This is your breaking point. I think that's why you burst through by being like, when you get angry, your creative juices get flowing because you're trying to prove anyone who's betting against you wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I think you're the most creative. You're the most adamant about, you know, where you're spending your time and your creations, and just really getting into the vibe, into the flow of making things happen. And so, yeah, you know, end result here is success and travel. And maybe this travel is pretty much a resort of your success. Okay. Let me see if Spirit has anything else for you, Scorpio. Yeah, so this is Passport International. This is, whatever this is going to basically get you traveling. This is going to have you traveling, and TSA comes up. You might want to, you know, get your TSA clearance because you want to be able to get places without hassle. But I see a lot of that, like paid in full. That's what comes up, paid in full. So these are things that you won't even have to pay for, paid in full. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Scorpio, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I hope you enjoyed my reading as much as I enjoyed reading for you. And until next time, wholeness, wellness, and optimal health. Bye.